everyone, it's Marcy here from Stampin' with Marcy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada, and I sell all of the fabulous Stampin' Up! Products that I share with you during my live crafting. When you pop on, please say hi. I'd love to hear from you. I love to interact. Let me know where you're coming from. And please remember, sharing is caring. If you could share my video, I would so truly appreciate that. It's how I reach more crafty friends, customers, team members. So if you wouldn't mind doing me that huge favor and sharing it to any of your groups or pages that you feel might have somebody on there that would enjoy my crafting. Today is Thursday, October 24th, and I'm going to be creating with the gorgeous Christmastime Is Here suite of products. It is available right now for demonstrators only, but will be available November 1st for customers. So I thought, seeing as November 1st is next Friday, I thought today would be the perfect day to share with you. So just give me one moment while I flip it around, the camera around. I'm going to cover you up so that you're not seeing the back of the window and all that kind of stuff. So hold on just one moment while we flip you around. Okay, now if you are watching from the replay, you can still comment. I still would love to hear from you. I do monitor and I do go back and check and reply to all comments that are posted. And if you are watching on YouTube, it is definitely the replay. So please as well share there. If you haven't yet liked my channel, I would truly appreciate it if you gave me a like, subscribed, give me some hearts. I'm just moving things around. I had a fabulous week so far. This past Tuesday night was my bingo. So it was so much fun, and there will be on my blog tomorrow, I will have the photos from my fun bingo. Oh, let me turn the volume off. Okay. Oh, and we to flip. There we go. Oh, I forgot that I need to turn off my overhead light, which is a chandelier, and it causes so many shadows. It's crazy. Hi, Carol. How are you? All right, let me just adjust this. And can we bring you down just a bit more? And move you just slightly. There, how is that? I hope I'm not too far away for you. Busy making Halloween treat boxes. How fun. I have to finish my Halloween treat boxes for the trick-or-treaters and for my people at the post office and my UPS. I already gave my FedEx driver his Halloween treat when he was here the last time. And so, but I have a UPS order coming the start of next week, so I will make sure that I have a treat ready for my UPS driver. He is so good. Let me just move you over just slightly. We're not centered here. Okay, so the Christmastime is here. Oh, I've got a goober from my take your pick tool on there. Okay, so the Christmastime is Here suite of products. Like I said, this will be available on November 1st. there's the Sweet Bundle. That is something fairly new that Stampin' Up! Has been doing. Hey Danielle, how are you? How is Toronto? That you can order everything in the suite with the one order code 153947, and that is $154. And that gets you everything, one of everything that is in the suite. So that is your Christmas Rose bundle. So that's your 2 stamp sets and your dies, as well as your designer series paper, your gold glitter enamel dots, your gold 1/4 inch shimmer ribbon, and this beautiful charming rose bracelet. It's like an Alex and Annie. So let me bring everything in to show you. Okay, so we've got this beautiful bracelet, if I can get it out of this box. Look at how pretty is that box. And this is one of the patterns from the designer series paper. But look at this pretty, pretty bracelet. So it is not gold. That would be very expensive to have. But it's got your Stampin' Up! And then a pretty rose. But isn't that so gorgeous? And this is expandable. So for a smaller or larger wrist, whatever you need. But isn't that pretty? And that alone retails for, let me flip my sheet over, $30. It is 2.5 inch diameter. The rose charm is 3/4 of an inch, and the Stampin' Up! Charm is 1/2 inch by 7/16 of an inch. And both charms are 1 millimeter thick. So very, very pretty. All right. And you know how I love my sparkle. Look at this gorgeous ribbon. Isn't it so pretty? And then we've got our gold glitter enamel dots. And I love the way they've done this. So, no, I better keep it on that so you can see it. We've got your 2 rows of your different sizes of the enamel dots. From the tiny up, so you've got 2 of each. So pretty. Okay, set that aside. And then we've got the 2, this is really fun and different. They've never done this before. Oh, and there's one of my hairs. You'd swear I was going bald. I cannot believe the amount of hair that I shed. It's crazy. So we have 2 stamp sets that go with this. Christmas Rose, and this is a photopolymer. And then this Christmas Rose is a cling. So this one here, the photopolymer, has your sentiments. Oh, and I've got my die, a couple extra pieces of the dies in here. The little elements that I cut out. So this is one of the elements you can use from the die set with the gold foil sheets. And then this here, so this you can build this rose here with your different pieces. And then this is just your solid photo cling like this. And they're both, this is a distinctive, the patent pending Stampin' Up! Created 3D looking, realistic looking stamp. And then we've got our rose dies. Look at these gorgeous dies. So we've got this beautiful lattice element, and then we've got the border edge. Then we've got these 2, I don't know what you'd call them, brackets. Then this one here is the big die that will die cut out your rose. So as you can see, it will die cut this rose out, as well as these two pretty labels. So next up, I'm not going to put that away quite yet, because next up I want to show you the designer series paper. This paper is gorgeous. I love the rich colors. So in here we have, as you can see, I've been playing with it. I've been cutting into it. So I believe is it 4 sheets of each pattern that you get. So yes, 4 of each. So there's 3 different patterns. So we have just your rose pattern here with the gold, and then the opposite side is this pretty green, and I think this is Old Olive. Not sure, maybe Old Olive and Mossy Meadow. Okay, that's the one pattern, and then we've got this beautiful lattice pattern in the cherry cobbler with the gold. And then this is the opposite side, and as you can see, matches the top of that box. And then this here is the larger rose pattern, and this one here will die cut out your rose, right like that. Isn't that cool? So you just, like I showed you, and then the opposite is your pine needles with the acorn and the berries, holly berries. So 4 sheets of each, it's $20, and that means that for all of your crafting, you've got way more to choose from. You're not going to run out of that pattern paper quite so quickly, but don't be afraid to chop it. As you can see, I have just cut in and take out my rose pad, my rose piece, which is, here's the piece here. And then this one here, I have fussy cut it out, and it's fairly easy to fussy cut. As you can see, I cut this with my paper snips, but you can add this to any type of a card. Wouldn't this be gorgeous on a birthday card? And speaking of birthdays, today is my sweet friend and customer Pat. Today is her birthday. So happy birthday, Pat. I will be walking over to her house later to deliver a birthday card to her. And then tomorrow is my friend Jody's birthday. And then next Thursday on Halloween is my friend Tracy's birthday. A lot of late October birthdays. So this is the card that I created that I'm going to be creating with you today. So here you can see I have used this die here and die cut out my Whisper White, and then I took my Delicata Golden Glitz. This is back in stock, guys, so I would highly recommend that you get ordering this right away because it is so fabulous. I don't want it to run out of stock again before you get a chance. So I have sponged the gold on there just to add that little bit. This is my die cut DSP designer series paper. Here are the little gold dots, and then the ribbon. As you can see, I have used everything, including the stamp here. And then on the inside, I have my sentiment and then my stamped rose. So this is the card we're going to be creating. And as always, this will be on my blog on Saturday. So you'll get all of the measurements then if you're wanting to grab them and recreate this beautiful card for yourself at home. And this card is part of my Stamp, Chat, and Snack class that is on Tuesday, November, let me just flip the calendar over here. Tuesday, November 5th, Stamp, Chat, and Snack. This card here, my lovely ladies will be making. That I will put up on my Facebook page, the class information. It's already on my demonstrator business website as well. So I've got my Thick Whisper White cardstock base, and I'm just going to take my bone folder and fold it over. Burnish it so that I get a nice crisp fold there, nice and flat. And then what I'm going to do is take my paper snips, and I am just going to cut. I'm just going to cut just enough to wrap it around. We don't want to waste any of this gorgeous ribbon. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in my that to the side, that to the side. I'm going to bring in my 2 lattice pieces that I have die cut out, and bring my golden glitz, my sponge dauber, and I am going to just dab off. Oh, I always dab off so I don't get a big blob. And then I'm just from the outside in, just gently brushing a bit of that color on. It doesn't have to be thick if you don't want it to be. You just want that little bit of color there to make it pop off the page. All right. And doing the same thing. Now this card would be so fabulous for mass producing if you had the bundle and the paper. Basically, if you had the whole suite, because there's not too much stamping, just a little bit of die cutting. Okay, so I'll bring that up so you can see. See, it's not too heavy. I've just put it on a bit here and there just to add a little bit more interest to that. But I want to go down in here to my drawer, and where's my wipes? Wipe off my gold fingers here. I don't want to get gold all over everything. Okay, so put that over there. All right. So let's move you off to the side and bring in our Merry Christmas. And I know that I want it to be stamped right at the very bottom right-hand corner. So open that up. And make sure it's well inked. I don't use cherry cobbler really throughout the year, mainly at Christmas time. It's such a beautiful color though. I'm not sure why I don't use it for some summer flowers. The beautiful friendship stamp. This would be gorgeous with some of those flowers. Do you guys use the cherry cobbler much? Or are you like me and just basically reserve it for the winter months? Okay, so then I want to show you a trick here. Now, this is the distinctive. Can you see, because I've inked this up, you can see the light and dark areas of the stamp, giving it that really realistic look. If your ink pad is too juicy, you're not going to get that detail. So let's see how it looks. Not too bad, but if this was really a lot of ink in this ink pad, what you do is you take because I had done this earlier, I just take a plastic spoon because it's nice and smooth, there's no rough edges on it, and it's not going to rip my ink pad. Hi Tammy, how are you? Hi Jessica, how are you? So I just take my my spoon, and I am just going to go across one way and then the other, and all I'm doing is pushing that ink back down into the ink pad, so that way, and then there's just a little bit on there, and you would just wipe that off. But that way, when you go to stamp your distinctive type stamps, you're going to get a much nicer, more detailed look for your image. So then we're just going to stamp that down here on the corner of the inside. And look at that. You can see the detail, the folds of that rose. So pretty. Okay, we're done with that. Move that to the side, and let's ink up the sentiment so that that is done. Wishing you the gifts of the season, peace and joy. What a pretty sentiment. There. I just love this suite. I wasn't sure at first if I was going to purchase it or not, but they've done something different with this as well, in that excuse me, it's not limited like they've done before, limited to just the 1 month. It is while supplies last. So that means that we've got maybe a little bit more time to be creating with it. Okay, so I'm bringing in my silicone craft sheet. I love my silicone craft sheet. I tell you guys that all the time. As you know by my videos, it always makes an appearance, and I have them in my classroom as well. Oh, you know what? Did I already cut that? Yes, I did. Well, I've got another one for another card. I can turn this, instead of a Christmas card, I'm going to turn this into another birthday card, since I have so many birthdays coming up. So I've got my tear and tape here. I like to use it when I am wanting to create 3D things, something that I want to really hold, as well as for holding ribbon down. So I'm just going to use my fingernail there, and that there. And okay, then we just, come on. My garbage bin is right on the corner of my desk here, so it would be quicker if I just did this. I take your pick, bring this in, bring in my liquid glue. And did everybody get in on the stamp sale that we had yesterday? I ordered a few stamps. I had some customers order stamps. I've had team members order stamps. I think everybody is a little stamp happy right now, getting their stamps at a great price. Oh, that's a little crooked. Just shift you slightly. That's the perfect thing about working with your liquid glue. If you stick it down a little crooked, you've got a few moments to get that sorted out and moved over. That's why it's my favorite adhesive. I'll be posting about my creative escape very soon as well. Is this my fourth? I think this is my fourth creative escape. It's my all-day crafting event that I host the last Saturday in January. So that's January 25th, 2020. I cannot believe I'm talking about January already, but November is here next week. Crazy enough. So then I'm just going to adhere these down like this. And then, what did I do? There's my rose. Then I'm going to take this and put this, before I glue anything down, I just want to make sure my placement, so I can just scooch that over a bit so that I can see that I'm going to get some of that lattice showing, so I know to put them right there. And all you need, you don't need a lot. If I can get my glue coming, there we go. I'm just putting tiny little dots, not everywhere, just here and there. That's all you need. You don't need to cover completely. This is a very strong glue, so it's going to hold. In southwestern Ontario here, we get quite the humidity, so I find that my liquid glue does stand up the best. Press that down and do the same with the other. I know there are a lot of great samples out there with this suite of products. I highly recommend purchasing it. And you can add it to your starter kit. If you were to sign up as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, which is a fabulous thing. Okay, so then stick that there. Oh, as you can hear, we have a dog living with us at the moment. Buffy is here, and she likes to announce when people have gotten close to the house. So it's nice to have a little fur baby in the house. I've missed it. As you can see, I'm putting lots of little bits of the dimensionals. I'm cutting all the way around the outside. I don't know why, I start with my dimensionals in the middle and work my way out so that my edge pieces are the very last ones that I am going to be using. Peel these off. And 1 and 2. And you could have this arranged any way you want on here. You could even fussy cut out your rose. So many different options for this. I just want to make sure that none of it is poking out off of my card front, because then it's not going to fit in the envelope. Isn't that looking pretty? Now the last finishing touch is my gold. What are they called? They're just new, so I'm gold glitter enamel dots. So, and as I've said before, I always like to put a little dab of glue down where that dot is going to go, so that way I know it is going to stay there. It's not going to fall off in the envelope before the recipient gets it. So I'm just taking my Take Your Pick tool. I love this tool, and picking up, see how easy that is, and it's just got that teeny tiny bit of glue stuck to it. So, and then there. Now, was that not an easy card, guys? But look at how pretty. I think this is such a pretty card. And anybody you send that to is just going to be so impressed. As well as with that little bit of the rose poking through on the bottom corner. Because remember, make your inside of your cards as beautiful as the outside. Then you could also stamp that rose on your envelope. So that is what I have for you today. There's my original, and here is the one I created. Thank you so much for stopping by. I truly do appreciate it. And I will see you next Thursday at 1 o'clock. If it's going to be any different, I will let you know, as always. So thanks so much, and I hope you have a fabulous weekend, and happy crafting. Bye for now.